What is up, everybody? This is RybackStun. We are here today on the Marvel Heroes live server in our second video. I believe this is the second video. Featuring Beta Ray Bill. This is going to be different than one of my previous builds. Before it was a ranged melee hybrid. This is solely melee, solely ranged. So, and it fits a little bit, Beta Ray Bill a little bit more than it would Thor. Using the Beta Ray Bill team up, as you can see right over here. You can use any appropriate team up. I just use this for thematic reasons, and he's pretty fun to watch some anti-force things every 20 seconds. So that's always fun. The build is fairly simple. You've got 20 out of 20 in Rolling Thunder. This is one of your damage layers when you are imbued with Odin Force. 20 points in Bring the Thunder, which is another damage layer and your vulnerability applicator, and if you're standing in it, it ceases Odin Force decay. Your single target damage dealer is Crack the Sky, 20 points in this. While you're imbued with Odin Force, it does additional damage to enemies around your target in single strikes. And then one of your cooldowns is Lightning Hammer. This does energy damage in one direction. You can hold it for a big area of effect attack around you, but that's not as much damage, but it does slow. And this generates 1 bar of Odin Force for you. In terms of other powers, we have Son of Odin, which is a passive, granting you damage rating, crit hit, brutal strike rating, defense, total defense, and tenacity. The percent damage reduction doesn't matter because you don't have any melee attacks. And the active effect grants you energy damage as well as recovery of spirit plus spirit per enemy hit. And this fully fills up your Odin Force bar, so you can use it on cooldown if necessary, or as an applicator to get spirit and or Odin's Force. I have 5 points of Mjolnir's Flight. You can put 2 in this and not have any issues, just because I wanted a flight power to have. We've got 20 ranks in Yggdrasil's Boon, Deflect, Total Deflect, Maximum Health and Regenerate, as well as your Crowd Control immunity duration buff. Next we have Anti-Force, which is your signature. It always deals a critical hit, high energy damage. You get increased crit and brutal damage while it's active, and it generates a full bar of Odin Force with a 20-second cooldown, and then you have a steroid here called For Asgard. You must be imbued with Odin Force, which is fairly easy to get. You get 5 fighting, base damage to all powers, critical damage, attack and movement speed, regeneration when you hit with a power, and the buff duration is 10 seconds. Usually I'll hit this, followed by Anti-Force for a big chunk of damage right off the bat. In terms of synergies, we've got Cable for crit damage. Cyclops is not actually what I should be running, but I'm running it anyway for the energy damage. I was leveling him earlier. Dr. Doom grants signature power damage. Hulk grants health. Iron Man grants range power damage and energy damage. Loki grabs you spirit cost reduction, which is relatively important. Star-Lord is your energy power crit chance. You use Thor for the energy damage, and then War Machine for spirit and fighting, and then Wolverine for brute strike chance and brutal damage. So, there you go. Actually, I think what's going to end up happening is I'm going to change Cyclops to Captain Marvel. That'll do that there. In terms of Omegas, it's very easy. It's the same thing everybody else takes. 10 out of 10 in Spin Tech for the boss damage. 10 out of 20 in Shadow King's Possession for crit, hit, and brutal strike. 6 out of 10 in Psionic Charge for the 6% base range powers. 5 out of 10 for Exogenesis for base damage to energy powers, as well as energy defense rating and regen when you hit with an energy power, and 5 out of 10 in Anti-Genesis for 5 energy and 300 deflect rating. Next we have 10 out of 10 in Combat Rorschach training, because vulnerability is very easy to apply. 3 out of 20 in Assault Rifles for the base damage to ranged weapons, ranged powers. When you hit with a ranged power with Focused Plasma Cannon, full ranks of this, you get 144, stacking up to 5 times. Physical and energy damage rating buff, which is pretty cool. 20 out of 20 in Shield Uniform for leftover points. 7 out of 10 in Warpath for the fighting. Sunfire, Bishop, Magneto, and Polaris for area and energy damage, as well as Aurora for when you use a movement power, you get this. And that is it for Omegas. So, I have an armor drive thing here for Juggernaut, so let's do that first instead of Taskmaster like we normally do. So, to get to bosses more often than not, I just use Thundering Charge, because that'll give me a bunch of cool stuff that I can work with. However, it seems like I've already killed a bunch of people, so let me go grab these really quick. Oh, we get Taskmaster. I'm going to have to do that anyway. We'll do it after, or some other time. So basically, if you want to get to your target, you can just dash through. You have a very easy time of gaining spirit back, as well as you can also just use your Son of Odin in order to get all of it back if necessary. Not every boss terminal is this long to get to the boss rush. And if you want to just sit there and pound on people as you go through, that's, fine too. So you'll notice Juggernaut's pretty much down. I did activate my combo for Asgard into Anti-Force. Excuse me. Essentially what will end up happening is that I start out a fight by activating Bring the Thunder for the application of the vulnerability, activate for Asgard into Anti-Force for a big chunk of energy damage right off the bat, activate Rolling Thunder for the proc there, the energy damage proc on the ground, and then Lightning Hammer for another big energy attack, and then Bring the Thunder to continuously smash somebody in the face, which is appropriate. So the next thing we're going to do here is we're going to go into Curse and show you how that works. I think I managed to get an armor core in that, but I'm not sure. I did, but it was garbage, so it doesn't matter. That's what happens, folks. Alright, dashing through. We've got, let's see, we're going to go right. So just for regular attacks, I try to combo both of my layers and just hit them with the Bring the Thunder as much as Crack the Sky as much as possible, since that does the most amount of damage. Double layer, activate, strike, most enemies die in a couple applications of that. I have been able to do cosmic danger room scenarios with this. Not necessarily solo, but with a group it's pretty easy. I think just about anybody can pass cosmic scenarios with it. And with the right affixes, you should be able to solo a cosmic danger room scenario, no problem. So activate for Asgard, there's your big damage there, and because you are a ranged attacker, you can relatively stay away for most enemy attacks that you're going to be facing against your targets. And you can use Son of Odin as just a 20-second or a 12-second proc too, 12-second energy damage proc, just because it's fun. And I've got 4 Asgard and Anti-Force again, and there goes Le Curse, which gave me a cosmic. What's it called? So there you go. That's Beta Ray Bill, my ranged build. It's fairly easy to be able to figure out how to do it. In terms of gearing, I use all of Thor's own stuff, utilizing Mighty Mjolnir instead of Yarnbjorn, because this gives me more relevant powers, utilizing Rune King armor, Cape of the Sigurdsword Dragon Slayer, Humanitarian's Leg Wraps, and then the Allfather's Eye Patch, simply because it gives me better stats than the other one would, plus 3 to all powers, which is nice. No blessings, because I don't need them at the second, but you'll want to bless with Hela. I have an energy damage Mayhem Demon Blood. I have an advanced Matter Sensory Array. I have a Sharbus Needham, specifically for the crit damage, brutal damage, the chance to gain attack speed on energy power, and the summon. And then Arnim Zol's ESP box for Spirit. I'm running Power Dupe. This is the only time that I'll ever really run Power Dupe on a single damage character, because sometimes I'll get lucky with Rolling Thunder hitting physical damage and proccing that, as well as the Brutal. But on top of that, I'm just too lazy to change it. So, for using Juggernaut Medallion for my medallion, using a CCR, it still needs to be leveled, but it'll get there eventually. Level 80 CCR. I have an energy damage Bloodstone Demon Band with energy, strength, and speed on it. And then I have crit damage, as well as invulnerability and regeneration. The third affix can be whatever you deem appropriate. I've got an Insignia of Wolverine here because one of these weakens. Or maybe it's just because that was the only thing that I had on me at the moment. Might have been just because that's the only thing that had on me on the moment. But it has damage to area powers as well as health. And then the pet has deflect rating, spirit, base to energy damage, ranks to area powers, and +3 to intelligence. Because intelligence is cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed this showcase as much as I did showcasing it to you. Remember to like and comment on the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitch, Twitter, and Tumblr at RybackStun. More videos as they come along. Remember to catch us on Twitch. We do stream Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at 12 p.m. PST, and Tuesday at 3 p.m. PST. We do Marvel Hero stuff. We do other random stuff throughout the week. But come have fun with us, talk, ask questions, do some group content, and fun is fun. So with that, this is RybackStun, signing out.